For years, Korean dramas have delivered countless iconic kissing scenes. But very few sequences have managed to send social media into complete meltdown within minutes of airing, like the 18-plus scene between IU and Baeun Woo-suk in episode 10 of Perfect Crown. What makes it even more remarkable is that audiences were not simply captivated by the sensuality or the overwhelming visuals of two top stars. Instead, the drama achieved something far more difficult. It transformed intimacy into a powerful storytelling weapon. Episode 10 had already been predicted to become the biggest turning point of the series. After the shocking revelation of the prenuptial contract in episode 9, the central couple, chaebol heiress Son Ye Jin and Grand Prince Leon, found themselves trapped in a storm of public scrutiny, political schemes, and betrayal. Yet instead of relying solely on the familiar melodramatic formula of tears and separation, the writers chose a much bolder route, turning love itself into political motivation. That is why the intimate scene in episode 10 was never mere fanservice. It became the exact moment Leon decided to abandon the identity of a forgotten prince and become a man powerful enough to protect the woman he loves. Throughout the first half of the drama, Baeun Woo-suk's character had been portrayed as a royal figure living in the shadow of power. He possessed a title but no throne, love but no ability to truly protect it. That helplessness forced Leon to endure humiliation and remain silent before the royal family time and time again. However, after witnessing Ye Jin kneeling before her biological father to save him, even sacrificing her own happiness and attempting to break up with him for the sake of his reputation, the fragile mask Leon had worn finally shattered. The moment he revealed the late emperor's secret while during the royal hearing became the drama's most defining turning point. No longer a passive prince, Leon stepped directly into the battle for the throne as a true king. What left audiences breathless was not merely his line, "I need the throne to protect the woman I love," but the way Baeun Woo-suk delivered it. Without excessive shouting or exaggerated emotional explosions, the actor conveyed overwhelming pain through trembling eyes, restrained breathing, and subtle emotional cracks. Viewers could clearly feel a man standing at the intersection of love and power. That emotional buildup is exactly why the scene following the hearing became unforgettable. It was not simply a hot scene designed to provoke viewers. It was the emotional release of two people who had spent 10 episodes suppressing fear, longing, misunderstanding, and desire. The director approached the sequence with cinematic sophistication rather than typical television sensuality. Warm dim lighting, lingering close-up shots, carefully captured breathing sounds, and a camera that focused more on trembling touches than exposed skin created a scene that felt daring yet artistic at the same time. Most importantly, the chemistry between IU and Baeun Woo-suk was so explosive that audiences almost forgot they were watching actors perform. Their long, passionate kiss immediately became one of the most viral clips across X, TikTok, and Threads. Keywords related to Perfect Crown skyrocketed within minutes after the episode ended. Countless viewers admitted they replayed the scene repeatedly because it felt like watching a real couple in love. Perhaps the biggest surprise of all was IU's transformation. For years, IU has carried an image associated with fragility, purity, and emotional delicacy. Despite taking on many emotionally intense roles in the past, she had rarely appeared in scenes this bold and mature. Yet Perfect Crown unveiled an entirely new side of her, seductive, emotionally fearless, and fully in control of her character's desires. Audiences were especially stunned by the way IU used her eyes during the intimate sequence. Gone was the hesitant innocence viewers had long associated with her image. Instead, Ye Jin looked at Leon like a woman who had decided to entrust her entire life to this love. That emotional boldness elevated the chemistry between the two leads to another level entirely. Meanwhile, Baeun Woo-suk once again proved why he is rapidly becoming one of Korean television's most powerful rising stars this year. Previously known for his youthful first love image, the actor completely reinvented himself as Leon, a man torn between desire, vulnerability, ambition, and emotional devastation. His ability to communicate emotion through his gaze has now become one of the drama's most praised strengths among Korean audiences. Yet perhaps the most entertaining reactions happened outside the drama itself. As soon as the episode aired, the name Lee Jong-suk unexpectedly surged on search rankings simply because he is IU's real-life boyfriend. Social media instantly exploded with humorous comments. Some joked that Lee Jong-suk was probably grinding his teeth while watching, while others teased that episode 10's soaring ratings were partially due to the actor secretly streaming the episode to monitor his romantic rival. Although clearly playful jokes from netizens, these reactions revealed one undeniable truth: audiences had become completely convinced by IU and Baean Woo-suk's on-screen chemistry. In an era where viewers are increasingly critical of fictional couples, making audiences momentarily forget reality itself is an incredibly rare achievement. That is also why the behind-the-scenes video released immediately after episode 10 went viral as well. In sharp contrast to the fiery intensity shown on screen, IU and Baean Woo-suk appeared shy, embarrassed, and constantly laughing between takes. Moments where they awkwardly avoided eye contact after kissing scenes quickly became fan favorites. Many viewers believe it was precisely this natural comfort and professionalism behind the scenes that created such authentic chemistry on screen. However, amid the massive chemistry earthquake, audiences almost forgot that episode 10 also ended with a major life-or-death twist. The palace engulfed in flames after the villainous Yoon Sung-won deliberately set it on fire. Leon's fate remains uncertain. But perhaps for most viewers, the fire that truly consumed the night was not the blaze inside the palace. It was the fire IU and Baean Woo-suk ignited on screen. A fire powerful enough not only to dominate social media, but also to transform Perfect Crown into the most talked about Korean drama of the moment.